In the late 16th century, as Europe raced to claim the New World, England launched a daring expedition that would end in one of history's greatest enigmas. The Lost Colony of Roanoke, established in 1587 on a remote island off North Carolina's coast, vanished without a trace, leaving behind over 100 souls and a single cryptic clue. This tale of ambition, survival, and mystery has captivated generations, blending the promise of empire with the shadows of the unknown. What drove these settlers across the ocean, and what fate befell them in the untamed wilderness? The story begins in the Elizabethan era, under Queen Elizabeth I, who sought to expand England's influence and challenge Spain's grip on the Americas. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favoured courtier and adventurer, funded the venture to establish a base for privateering and resource extraction. In 1585, Raleigh's first attempt sent about 100 men to Roanoke Island, a barrier isle in the Outer Banks, led by Ralph Lane. They built a fort, but clashed with local tribes, suffered food shortages, and endured harsh weather. When Sir Francis Drake arrived in 1586, the survivors abandoned the site, returning to England with tales of peril and potential. Undeterred, Raleigh organised a second colony in 1587, this time with families, to create a self-sustaining settlement. John White, an artist and cartographer, was appointed governor, leading 115 colonists, including 17 women and 9 children. Among them was White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, and her husband Ananias. They arrived in July, rebuilding the fort and establishing homes amid the island's marshes and forests. On August 18th, Eleanor gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas, a symbol of hope for a new English foothold. Life on Roanoke was fraught with challenges. The colonists depended on fishing, hunting, and limited farming, but the sandy soil yielded poor crops. Relations with the Algonquian tribes, like the Roanoke and Croatoan, were tense. Earlier expeditions had soured alliances through raids and demands for food. Diseases unfamiliar to the natives spread, fostering resentment. Supplies dwindled quickly, and with winter approaching, the group urged White to sail back to England for reinforcements. He departed reluctantly in August 1587, leaving behind his family and a promise to return soon. White's voyage home was anything but swift. Storms battered his ship, and upon arrival in England, the Anglo-Spanish War erupted. Queen Elizabeth commandeered all vessels for the defense against the Spanish Armada in 1588, delaying White's resupply mission. It wasn't until 1590 that he finally set sail again, arriving at Roanoke on August 18th, Virginia Dare's 3rd birthday. What he found shattered him. The settlement was deserted, houses dismantled, and no sign of the 115 colonists. Overgrown weeds suggested abandonment months or years earlier, but there were no graves, no evidence of violence, and no distress signals like the agreed-upon Maltese cross. The only clue was etched into the landscape. On a tree near the fort, the word Croatoan was carved boldly, and on a post, Crow. Croatoan referred to a nearby island now part of Hatteras, the friendly Croatoan tribe, with whom the colonists had traded. White interpreted this as a message that the group had relocated there peacefully. However, fierce storms prevented him from reaching Croatoan, forcing his return to England. He never saw Roanoke again, and the colonists' fate became a void in history. Over centuries, theories have attempted to fill that void. One prominent idea is assimilation, the colonists, facing starvation, integrated with the Croatoan or other tribes. Reports from Jamestown settlers in 1607 described natives with grey eyes and fair hair, wearing European clothing, and speaking of white people nearby. Captain John Smith heard tales of survivors living inland, and a 1709 account by explorer John Lawson geared Hatteras natives claiming English ancestry. Another theory points to relocation northward to Chesapeake Bay, the original intended site, but a 1608 Jamestown expedition found evidence of a massacre there, possibly by the Powhatan tribe. Other explanations lean toward tragedy. Disease or famine could have wiped them out, their bodies lost to the elements. Spanish forces, scouting the coast, might have attacked, though no records confirm it. Some speculate a hurricane scattered them, or internal strife led to dispersal. In the 1930s, the Dare stones emerged 42 inscribed rocks purportedly left by Eleanor Dare, detailing inland travels and deaths, but most were debunked as forgeries, though the first stone's authenticity is still debated. These theories reflect the desperation to explain a disappearance so complete. Archaeology has brought tantalizing clues to light. Excavations on Roanoke Island since the 1930s uncovered 1580s artifacts like pottery, tools, and a gold signet ring at the fort site. In the 1990s, digs on Hatteras Island revealed English ceramics mixed with native goods, suggesting cohabitation. More recently, in 2023 and 2024, the first colony foundation unearthed 16th century Algonquian pottery shards and a copper wire ring likely European near the Elizabethan Gardens on Roanoke Island. At Site X near Salmon Creek on Albemarle Sound, marked by a fort symbol on White's map, archaeologists found border-ware pottery and other items from the late 1500s. In early 2025, further discoveries on Hatteras included buckets of hammer-scale ironworking residue indicating metallurgical activity, alongside native villages. Geophysical surveys and historic map reviews in 2024 challenged old assumptions, showing the Croatoan tribe may not have been solely on Hatteras, possibly extending inland. DNA studies of Lumbee and other tribes seek European markers, but results are inconclusive. These finds support integration rather than annihilation, painting a picture of cultural blending amid hardship. The Lost Colony's legacy extends beyond archaeology. It inspired Paul Green's 1937 outdoor drama, The Lost Colony, performed annually on Roanoke Island, blending fact and folklore. The mystery shaped American identity, symbolizing the perils of exploration and the allure of the unknown. Virginia Dare became a folk icon, her name gracing counties and wines. As digs continue, with 2025 efforts focusing on underwater sites reshaped by erosion, the story evolves, reminding us of history's fragile threads. Yet, the core enigma remains. Did the colonists thrive among natives, perish in obscurity, or meet a darker end? The word Croatoan endures as their silent plea, a riddle echoing through time. If you enjoyed this journey into the Lost Colony of Roanoke's mystery, support the Museum of History and Mysteries by liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell for more captivating historical tales.